Check out my shaft, ladies. Oh my goodness. Isn't that nice? Goes in and out. Nice and tight. Oh yeah. Well, Ms.Daisy here said that my shaft was too long. Never had that problem before, but I'm ready. I'm ready now. Okay, these are steering shafts. This is the factory Firebird steering shaft here. It has a rag joint on this end, and I don't even know what kind of joint that is on that end, but these are terrible joints, rag joints especially. It's common for people to upgrade to U-joints or U-joint style shafts, and common upgrade, the one they use is either Jeep or an Astro van. So this is a Jeep, and the length, it's a lot longer. So I disassembled it. This yellow line used to be here, so they just pull apart. They're telescoping. So this shaft has flat sides, and it telescopes inside of this tube here. So I looked inside of this tube, and it's the same shape all the way down to here. So if I shorten that tube, this will still fit inside, and it'll still plunge and everything. So this telescopes inside of that, so you can shrink it and to get it in there. And if you get an accident, it might collapse a little bit. So this has a clamp on the end. Turn this around here. This has a clamp on the end with the same splines. So that'll work on that end. And this end here is a big flat-sided oval with a bolt through it. And this end on the Jeep is a flat-sided oval with a bolt through it also. So they've got this pretty much the same ends on both ends. I might have to either drill a hole here or put a notch in my shaft, one or the other, but that's no big deal. The main concern is it's too long. So when I took these apart, they telescope, so you think they just slide apart, but it was really tight. I had to pound it out with a hammer. So I don't think it needs a spring clip because it's so tight. Even without the spring clip, it's really tight. There's no wiggle in it at all. It's just, even to telescope it, you have to pound it with a hammer. So I'm confident that it doesn't need the spring clip because it's so tight and the tolerances are so close. There's no slop whatsoever. That's the whole point of getting rid of the rag joint, is so you don't have any slop in your steering. So even though I could shorten this end and keep that spring clip, that would work fine, but I'm not sure if it's long, if that's going to be short enough or not. So I might cut a little bit off this end as well, both this end and this end, probably 3 or 4 inches off both ends. And then it should telescope back together, the same shape all the way down, both tubes, and it's nice and tight. It's very tight, so I don't think I need the spring clip. So I lined up this end here, these ends are the same, and I lined up these ends here. So I'm trying to get the same collapsed length. This shaft is collapsed, the factory one, so that's when it's collapsed, I need to go at least that tight. So I made a yellow mark here because that's as far as I can go that way, and I made a yellow mark here because that'll only go so far in the tube. So I figure I'll have to take off that much and that much. I don't know, that's about 4 or 5 inches on each end, about 4.5 inches on each end. That seems like a lot, but this shaft needs to be a lot smaller. It's the same ends, but it needs to be a lot shorter. Wow, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's beautiful. Black is beautiful. Yeah, it's one of the few shiny things on the whole project. So it's nice and shiny. It's a lot shorter now. I still have this much room to play. The plunger is way down here, so I still got a little bit of room to play there, but there's also lots of depth, lots of spline grab, or whatever you want to call it. It slides in and out beautifully, but nice and tight. Oh yeah, baby, it's perfect. That's the best, when it slides in and out nice and tight. Oh yeah. Check out my shaft, ladies. Oh my goodness. Isn't that nice? Goes in and out nice and tight. Oh yeah. Well, Ms.Daisy here said that my shaft was too long. Never had that problem before, but I'm ready. I'm ready now. So I made her just a little bit shorter on the female and the male on both ends. There's a little rubber here somewhere that goes over that. I probably lost it, or I didn't lose it, but it's over there where I cut the shaft. So it still goes in and out real nice and snug. There's no slop in it whatsoever. The joints are nice and tight U-joints. It has the same ends. I might have to drill a hole in the one end, but that's no big deal. So telescopes in and out. It should go a little bit smaller now so I can get it in there. It was a little bit too long, so try that. Well, there's the old crusty rusty shaft with the ugly joints. This is called a rag joint, and it's basically a cross and a sheet of rubber with cloth. It's a rubber rag basically, and these are known to, when they break, they give you all kinds of slop. There's the new shiny one in there. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she was begging for the shaft. Normally on this end here, you have to put a flat spot where the bolt goes through, but there was already a flat spot there. So this is a common upgrade, and it pretty much bolted right in. Aside from the length, it was a little bit too long. So I can take this rubber, there, that's better. Nice shiny shaft with tight U-joints. Oh yeah. I'm still not 100% sure about this separate reservoir and pump. I might end up switching to an integral pump and reservoir. But for now, so steering shaft is, just need to put the bolts in, but it's all fitted and that's good. The key quit working on this 83 Firebird. The ignition won't turn on. I have the key for it right here, but it seems like it's locked. The key is really worn, and yeah, it's worn down really bad. It's really thin. I don't know why. The car's got 172,000 kilometers, So that's only like what, maybe 100,000 miles maybe. So I went and got a key cut. Here's another one I got cut, and it's not thin and worn down. It's a new cut key. And it was getting to the point where I had to wiggle it like a few days ago, but now it's to the point where it won't work at all, even with this new cut key. So I've tried matching keys, cut keys, tried wiggling the original key. I can't get it to unlock, so I'm gonna take it apart.